So, as an avid reader of books, I believe I kind of have an opinion on a couple of books that would make all the difference in your life. All right. So, I'm someone who loves to read a lot. I have a plethora of books that I read. And so, when I find a couple of books that speak to my mind directly, it always sticks. I read the books over and over again. And you know what I'm doing in this video? I'm just sharing with you a few books that have changed my entire life. Just a few books that I picked up. I'm going to be sharing three. I have three of those books in this video. And trust me, I have read a lot of books. So when I pick three out, then you have to read them. All right. So let me just share a few of these books and then tell you a bit about them. And if you're watching this right now, I believe that every good writer is a reader. Okay, because there's something that reading does to your mind. Reading is like recharging, right? When you write, you put out a lot of energy, you dispense energy. How do you refuel? Is by reading most times. That's why when you read, you don't know words just come to you, phrases, you get better understanding, you know how to articulate. Basically, as a reader, as a writer, reading is non negotiable. It's something you should frequently do. All right. And so, if you're watching this right now and you're a writer, or even if you're not a writer and you love to read books, then I want to recommend a couple that would do something to your mind. Like, you will not remain the same after reading this book. Ready? Let's get into the video. Hey guys, we're getting started in a short while. However, in case you're seeing this channel for the first time, I talk about content writing and how you can monetize your content writing career. So if this is something that interests you, then you want to click the subscribe button so that you can join my family and see my future videos. All right, so without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. Book number one is none other than Contagious by Jonah Berger. Guys, this book is a book. This book is an actual book. All right, I think I read this book 4 or 5 years ago, and since then I think I read it every year. I reread and reread. It's one of the best books I've ever read. So it's called Contagious: Why Things Catch On, and I feel like it's in line with my work, with my career. And so, it's something that, as a copywriter, as a creative, somebody that you speak to an audience, as a marketer, as a salesperson, is a kind of book that you want to get. Trust me. Contagious: Why Things Catch On. So this book, basically, to summarize it, just talks about, why things sell, why some things sell and others don't sell. Okay, how you can have one product and then it's doing very well, and then the same product with a different marketer won't do as well as you, because you have a knowledge. All right. So there's this method you use. It's called steps. So he uses these steps to explain the different reasons why things catch on. And the first one, they said social currency. Second one, triggers. Third one, emotions. Fourth one, public. Fifth, practical value. And then finally, stories. Okay, so Jonah explained that all of these are reasons why things catch, like why things get sold easily. Okay, and this particular book is something that anytime I feel low, like when I am undercharged, I go back and read it, and then there's always a new idea that drops in my head. Right, so he tells you how you can sell something and package it in a way that people want to share this particular product, people want to talk about it, people want to buy it. It's not that there's anything different, okay? It's just that you have packaged it in a different way. Okay, so it's something that I really, every time before I just launched my course. By the way, I just launched my course, right, a course for content writers, and it's up for sale right now. It's currently on a 50% discount. So if you see this video early enough and you're lucky, then you can get at a 50% discount. Okay. Now, before I created this course just recently, I had to reread that book because I had to create something. I wanted to create something that would stick in the minds of my buyers, and it really helped. I have to say, I'm having a successful sales so far, and it's because of some of the strategies that I learned from this particular book, Contagious. So yes, I would highly recommend, if you are into any of these industries, you read Contagious. All right. The second book, guys, Company of One by Paul Jarvis. Ooh, that is an actual book. Company of One. It's like I came across this book I think 3 years ago, but I also read it quite often because it's a really deep book. Okay, now Company of one basically just challenges the idea of growth. You know how when you start a business, the next thing on your mind is, oh, I have to expand by next year. Let me see how I can make it a physical business. Let me see how I can get more employees. Let me see how I can build another headquarter, build another location. And then people are always just thinking of expanding their businesses. And company of one challenges that notion. So the idea is less is more. The idea is focus on quality instead of quantity. So instead of thinking of expanding your business, think of getting better at what you do. And that way, he has this notion, serve one customer at a time. So you get one customer, you thoroughly satisfy them, they go back and they can't help but bring another customer to you. Okay, and that's how it just keeps pushing, because you have set the base, because you really learned what you are doing. Okay, so the focus here is on quality more than on quantity. So they're like, oh, focus on building yourself. Do you really need to expand your business? You know how people are like, there's so much pressure to say, oh, I need to move. People need to see that we are growing. And this book just challenges, and it really helped me with my business, Drifto Script, with my company of one. My business is quite a company of one, and it's kind of because of this book. Okay, yes, growth is essential. It's good to grow, but before you grow, be sure that you're not growing into a loss, because there are a couple of companies that have decided to expand, and in a bid to expand, they just plummeted, they just went down. Okay, trying to expand, trying to please people, kind of look like you're doing a lot, and before you know it, it just goes skydiving and you're just down. All right, it just nosedives your business. So this book is very interesting. Yeah, it talks about launch fast and improve on the go. So instead of waiting for everything to be perfect before you launch, just launch, and then as you grow, as it gets better, as you learn more, you can then improve what you have launched at first. Okay. So yes, that's another book that I highly recommend for business owners. If you own whatever your business is, product based, service based, I highly recommend you read Company of One by Paul Jarvis. Now the third book that has done a lot is 25 Success Principles, how to go from where you are to where you want to be. This book was written by Jack Canfield, and trust me, it's a masterpiece. It's a very good book. Now, why I love this book is because it has very practical steps. And I've read a lot of books that have steps, do this, do that, but this one, the way it's practical, once you read it and know that you immediately want to go and practice what you've just read. Okay, so they have a couple of steps. They have 25 success principles. He lists each of them, and then he will explain them. And then there are workbooks, there are guidelines, there are modules at the end of every principle. So at the end of the day, you make sure that you are inculcating what you've just read in your own life. All right, so it's this book really really helped me, and it came to me at a point when I needed it. And so I just keep going back to it. Whenever there's something and you just want to go back and reread, refill, when you're getting undercharged, you go back and recharge. Yeah. So guys, this is it. These three books: Contagious, Company of One, and 25 Success Principles. I will highly recommend these books to anybody. If you're looking for that next step, you're looking for, what do I do next? And it's even perfect for this time because we're entering a new year, right? So it's perfect for, oh, okay, what do I do in 2025? How do I begin? How do I take that next step? It is the perfect, these books will charge your mind and tell you what next to do. Okay. So yes, I just thought I'll come on here and drop them with you in case there's anybody looking for the next book to pick up. Then you want to pick one of these three. Trust me, you're going to come back and thank me for recommending them. Yes, that's it, guys. I hope that if you got to this part of the video, you have clicked the subscribe button and you've joined, and you've also left a like to this video. Thank you so much for staying till the end of my video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.